Okay, what am I supposed to do? Look me in the eyes. What am I supposed to do? Because November's stacked, and there's no safe place for my wallet to go. We're gonna start out with Samurai Saber. We got a little bit more information on it. Looks like it comes with a new bit, but I'm gonna ignore that completely because I don't know how that one works. It looks like the gimmick for the blade is it's going to get hit in this contact point and then push the blade out. Which, it's nice to have another gimmick bay after Silver Wolf. I think comes out tomorrow technically, but people have been getting their hands on it already, so there's already reviews out for it. But what really interests me here and confuses me, I don't know if it's just based off of how they show it in like this photo, but two like 260, 270. So this one's 270, but I'm bringing up 260 because 260 was really blocky and easy to grab, making it kind of a shit ratchet. But it looks like they kind of changed the shape around for two ratchets. I don't know if in the future they're going to change the contact points for other kind of bad ratchets to make them slightly better. But if this is true and they kind of curved it a bit to make it a little bit more difficult to grab, that just means it's improving apart. And not to mention, 70's at that line of still being good. And just making this release even better, it comes with the sword launcher. I think we're all assuming it was going to come with the sword launcher, but I mean, I had my doubts. I don't know why, but I thought they were going to sell it separately. But I'm glad they're not, because that raises the value of this. And it's got a cool pink grips. I just like pink. I'm going to buy this Beyblade because it's pink. And I think that's cool. That's literally the end of it. I just think it's cool. It's going to be really good for attack, I assume. Or at least decent. But I'm assuming this bit's going to have some great attack potential. Or at least I'm hoping. But moving on from that, I'm going to move on to another new bay. But with some information on it from Beygen SG. I think they just translated what it says here. But Crimson Garuda, which I think is based off of one of the Plastic Gen bays, comes with 470 and another new bit in November called Trans Point. It's height changing. It's a height changing bay already. We got free spinning, some like pressure induced blade in Samurai Saber, and now we got height changing already within the span of like the 14th of October to, I assume this one's coming out the 2nd of November, and I assume maybe Samurai will come out a little bit after, bringing maybe on the 14th at the same time as another thing we're going to show here. I'm assuming it's going to be 14th. So this is span of the month, 3 gimmick bays. In a more metal format. I assume they have to introduce a lot of plastic here just to make it work, because I don't know how they do it if it was all like metal. But like height changing, I don't understand how it's gonna work. It says it has 2 sets of blades for lower attack plus stamina and higher attack plus defense modes. So I'm assuming from the way they've worded it is it's got some sort of latch mechanism on the bit, or like maybe it works with a ratchet in a certain way that once it reaches, like let me demonstrate. So it looks like it has a grip. So I'm assuming once it gets spun enough on the extreme line, it's going to move this way and hit this part of the ratchet and then maybe pop out to make it higher, or something like that. Or would just work some way in tandem with the blade, probably. But it's nice that it starts with a good attack and stamina base, and then once it hits that extreme line, and it doesn't really want to get hit that much or that hard because it needs that extra stamina, it's going to have a more defensive build, which is really cool. And just in general looks cool. I don't know how well the transpoint's gonna work, but I'm excited for another new gimmick. But really, in general, the big like announcement here in Koro was the release of Knight's Mail, which is the Knight UX I've just wanted for a while now. I think I mentioned it in the most recently released video, or maybe the one before that, that I really wanted a Knight UX, and I'm kind of sad that we haven't gotten one, but now we do. And I'll talk about it in a moment, but it's got 2 new parts on it besides the blade. But so far it looks like it for just weight distribution and being heavier. It's got 3 metal balls in it. Uh, I think they have a translation for it. Yeah, new UX, Nightmail 385 bound spike featuring all new parts, and its blade having 3 metal balls around its perimeter embedded to add endurance and defensive capabilities, which is just really cool. And to raise the value of this, which is like 5,700 yen, so $38 or so. So after shipping, it might still be a little expensive, around the same price of what shipping a stadium set or like a, a decent amount of Beyblades would be. Not quite a stadium set, but a little pricey after shipping, just because shipping from Japan can be pretty pricey. But just in general, the value is insane because it comes with what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bits, 3 ratchets, and 4 blades, and 4 amazing blades. I cannot understate how good this is, because you get Talentera in Japan. This is a new blade for them, not new for us. It's pretty cheap for us, but it's new for them. It's called Terra Swing for them, and it looks like it's a different color for them too, or at least slightly different. Not exactly the same coloring we did for it, but unless it is, and it's just the image that's not really showing it that well. But either way, with Talentera specifically, we actually have an idea of how to properly use it now. We recently discovered the combo of 360 low flat, and it took it from CD all the way up to 8 tier for most people. It's a really good bay. So that instantly raises the value of this. We get a metal coat blue Hell's Hammer, which instantly raises the value of this because it's another UX bay that's pretty okay. Not the best out of the UX releases so far, but in general, pretty okay. And then we have the Tyranno Beat as well. So just like another good, because with Tyranno Beat specifically, you just can't get it unless you gamble, and I think that's annoying. Random boosters suck. Horrible business strategy. We didn't need to put gambling in a Beyblade, but it's getting them their money, I guess. So go them. But either way, guaranteed Tyranno Beat. Also in a metal coat red, so it just looks cool. And now going down to the bits, you get metal spike, which sucks. It destroys your stadium. Never use metal spike. Never in a million years use metal spike. Rush, which is another really good like attack bit. Ball, great stamina, and I guess you can use it on defense if you want. Bit just in general. Point, another amazing bit. Bounce spike over here, which I'm sure has some gimmick alongside Knight's Mail. I don't know how it's going to perform. This is one we're going to have to wait until it actually releases. I'm going to save the other bit that I skipped over for last. But we have 160, which is, in a new color. Good bit. It has its purpose. 770. We have 1-7 ratchet, and that came with Leon Crest. And that was 760, and now we have 770, so it's right on that line of being like a little too high for me, but I can use it because it's still not 80. 385, a new height, and only over by 5, so I assume the next one might be like 355 or something, if they're only going to go by 5 instead of going all the way by 10. Which I think is the smarter move, honestly, not getting it too low or too high, because 390 might not work out that well. But the big star of the show here for me, besides all the new stuff, like with the blades and everything, is Rubber Excel. Rubber Excel is on Valkyrie and Pegasus in the 25th anniversary set. So now you do not have to get that to get the new bit. I was hoping they would release it beforehand, and they did. They actually saved a lot of people from buying it. Now you really only have to buy it for nostalgia. And it's not going to sneak you with some weird meta bit that you can only get from like a really overexpensive nostalgia bait set. You can get it from this. This is the best value thing they've released in ages. And it's not just, America releasing a bay that was pretty hard to get from like a random booster as one of our exclusives or something, or one of our releases. No, this is actually like a really good value wrapped into one. A damn near necessary purchase, I'd say. But yeah, that's it. If you all liked, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Something constructive or destructive. Talk about the news a bit. And ring that notification bell if you all would like to see another video. And y'all, have a great day.